Good day, my name is Mr. Announcer, and it is now time for the Balcony Brotherhood to read and respond to your
You've got
email.
We're mass communicating.
Dropping the guys a quick note is the best way to interact with the show, and you can do so by sending all your emails to balconybrotherhood@gmail.com. While Confucius may be misquoted here, the quote is still valuable advice. The man who asks a stupid question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask a stupid question is a fool for life. Gentlemen, it is time to read your emails.
Thank you, Mr. Announcer, and thank you for downloading the Minisode of the Balcony Brotherhood podcast. My name is Mr. Blackart, and I'm joined by Mr. Drake. We're here to read the emails that you've sent in during the week. You can always email us at any time. balconybrotherhood@gmail.com is how you get over to us. This first question is not really a question. It's just a statement from Mike in Albuquerque. I'm glad to hear everyone talk about this. There's a huge difference between being a strong, masculine male and being a toxic male. It's nice to hear about this topic from the side of being masculine and not toxic. Well, Mike, I'm glad that you enjoyed the show. I'm glad that you're able to be an individual that is not toxic, but does understand what strength is and what being masculine is. That's important. Now, this second email is from Jenny in Grand Rapids. As an educated woman that has a job that requires me to be assertive and even aggressive at times, I want to say that I do roar pretty loudly. However, I'm lucky. I come home to a man like what you were describing. He's strong, smart, protective, and leads our home. At home, I get to be soft. Thank you for the reminder that I can roar outside of the house and not let that have a negative impact upon my marriage. Well, Miss Jenny, it sounds to me like you and your husband have worked out this thing called respect. And so long as you can roar outside at the outside world and not at your husband, it sounds like you guys are going to be doing just fine. I'm really glad that this spoke to you and you took the time to reach out to us. All right, Mr. Drake, it is your turn. What do you have today?
Okay, we have an email here from Earl from Spokane, Washington. Earl writes, "Greetings, fellas. I just recently listened to episode 2 on masculinity. Thanks for broadcasting a concept that I have been trying to get my 24-year-old son to grasp. He is already divorced, and his now girlfriend is treating him like his ex-wife did. It burns my craw, but he has to learn to stand up for himself and expect the same respect he gives his girlfriend. I have encouraged him to listen to your show." Well, Earl, first off, thanks for taking the time to email the show. We really appreciate your feedback. I'm sorry that your son is going through the same issues in his current relationship, especially after coming out of a marriage that it sounds like it ended for the same reason. As most men know, relationships are hard, and they are even harder when the other person involved is not giving the same amount of effort as you. You're right. Your son needs to take an honest look at what he is giving and what he is getting back and determine if the level is equal. It also sounds that he may need some help in the confidence department. Knowing your son's self-worth would not only help him recognize what he is bringing to the relationship, but also help know what the girlfriend should be bringing too. Mr. Blackart, what are your feelings on this?
Well, Mr. Drake, you've said two things to Earl that I really think you hit the nail on the head with. Number one, as far as respect, giving, getting, it has to be equal, it has to be balanced, similar to that of a seesaw. I think that Earl's son is going to eventually get the fact that the girlfriend is acting just like the ex-wife, and he may wind up figuring it out from there. Your second point that you have brought up that is excellent is confidence. That confidence is not something that you just inherently have. You have to work at it. You have to be confident. You have to think confident. You have to practice confidence. Without that, you're just going to be kind of rudderless in the wind or on the sea or whatever kind of cliche you want to throw there. And our next email comes from Ricky in Spokane, Washington. Hey, as a parent of boys, I'm fighting this topic with my spouse and the raising of our boys. Society wants our boys to be nice. Don't get me wrong. I expect our boys to be respectful. However, I want them to stand up for what's right, stand up for themselves, and stand up for their loved ones. How do we find and teach this balance of raising boys to become men that are both nice and still masculine? Society doesn't let us solve problems with a couple of fists in the parking lot. I mean, as men, we throw the fists and we move on. Boys aren't allowed to do that anymore. What's the balance? That is a fantastic question, Ricky. Number one, I'm glad that you're raising your boys to be respectful. You notice that this is a common theme, is respect, and we've really lost respect in our society today. So if we just start with respect, everything else seems to fall in line. However, one of the things I would tell you, Mr. Ricky, is that you should not allow yourself to be pushed around by societal norms. If it works for you and your boys, and you're teaching respect and you're teaching them how to be men, keep going. It's perfect that you're doing that. You expose them to podcasts like this. You expose them to positive masculinity and showing them what it is to be a gentleman. Notice the word. Break the word down. Gentle man or gentle men. Because men really should be gentle, yet be able to be strong at the same time. And it sounds like you're doing that with your boys. So keep it up, Ricky. Mr. Drake, you've got another one. Your turn.
Okay. Our next email reads, "Hey, BBP. My girlfriend somehow came across your show on X, that used to be Twitter, and thought I should reach out with my dilemma for advice. I am about to turn 21 and finish up college with a degree in business administration, and I have landed my very first real job in Nashville. Now, my friends want me to go and join them on an amazing graduation cruise with my job's signing bonus money, but I'm also thinking about taking that money and buying a house so I don't have to rent anymore. What's the smart play here? Signed, Mark in Tullahoma, Tennessee." Mark, that is awesome that your girlfriend found our show and passed it along to you. And what's even more awesome is that you reached out to us for advice. We always appreciate conversations with our listeners. Congrats on your first real job. Having a promising direction coming out of college, especially in today's world, is a tremendous leg up. Now, regarding your dilemma, it's going to come down to this. Are you going to play the short game and follow the trends of your generation and invest more into travel and life experiences? Or do you want to play the long game and take that money and start to grow roots and invest in a community that will offer you a lot more than a cruise? Let this Gen Xer tell you from experience. I played the short game a lot in life, but life only got better when I started to play the long game. Tanner, what are your thoughts?
Well, Paul, I have to say that also being a part of Generation X, I too did plenty of my crazy spending back when I was young. So I'm not sure that it's about generations. It's more about life experience. Now, I've spent money when I was young. You spent money when you were young. But as we've gotten older, we have learned that it's better to have your money go into long-term plays, real estate, retirement accounts. And I swear this young man has got to max out his 401k now. Do it now, and in about, I would say 20 to 30 years, you're going to be very, very happy. Me personally, I've got stuff in real estate. I've got stuff in the market. I've got 401k, all because I realize that the long game is the most important part of things for financial security when I'd want to stop working in life. And once again, thank you for reaching out to the show. Everybody in their emails today, by all means, you also can join in the fun. balconybrotherhood@gmail.com. Next week, this coming Sunday, actually, not today, obviously, but this coming Sunday, Father's Day, is our Father's Day episode. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel, because getting our numbers up is how we get recognized and get all this conversation out to others. Because, we have something to say, and you're listening. Please pass the word along. Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening to this bonus mini episode of the Balcony Brotherhood podcast. Encom and Whopper have had a hand in bringing you today's show, and they reserve their respective trademarks. Like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform to be informed when the next episode drops. My name is Mr. Announcer, and until next time, cheerio and Hakuna Matata.
My name is Mr. Big Voice, with thoughts from the National Fatherhood Initiative just in time for Father's Day. When men become dads and are involved in their children's lives, they have less depression, are more active in their community, and are involved in civic groups. To find out more, visit the National Fatherhood Initiative, fatherhood.org. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Balcony Brotherhood Podcast. Like, subscribe, and download the podcast at Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you download your content today.
Match Bourbon and Cigars is your connection to a classy 5-star experience at an affordable price. Located in Jeffersonville, Indiana, Match is a vision that was crafted for first-timers and connoisseurs alike. Think of a modern speakeasy and you've got Match. Match provides Kentucky Anna's finest bourbon and selection of cigars, and it's only 1 mile from scenic downtown Louisville. Match offers masterfully crafted cocktails for those with exquisite taste at a very affordable price. Whether you are a local or you are just visiting Kentucky Anna's historic region, do yourself a favor and visit Match Bourbon and Cigars. You will find a new home away from home.